They lasted 2 days. The first night they worked,
As a shredder, is that what you said?
a grader,
A grader.
they grade Badmans out, you know.
So why did they? You said that was the kind of not the good job to get. They put Daddy on the bad job.
Harvey Jackson was already left us and gone to Arkansas. They went to work for another outfit run by Mexicans.
And this after Wanda had her baby.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Gordon and Wanda and me and Mom and Daddy and all of us are still there.
So how long did you live in down there? You said in Carrizo Springs, or
No, we're in Edinburgh now.
you said that? Okay.
And the second night they worked out there, they got off work at midnight, and these Mexicans surrounded them. All had their knives out, and Daddy and Gordon wasn't easy to scare. But they said, if you come to work tomorrow night, you won't go home. And that was just exactly what they meant. So
there is prejudice towards the different races, including white.
yeah, they were.
Yeah.
And so Daddy got on the telephone and called Cousin Seth up in the Oklahoma Panhandle. His old cousin had a lot of money, and told him what his plight was. And Cousin Seth wired us $100.
Oh wow.
And we loaded up and headed back north. And went through San Antonio and all of that. And Gordon and Wanda went down around Rule, Texas, where Wanda's folks lived, and went to helping him with the combine. He had a little 2-row combine. They cut the wheat, back and worked the wheat harvest.
Was this already up in the 50s or something, or is it still late 40s?
Well, that would have been. That would have still been in the 40s. Oh yeah, boy, that's still, all of this had taken place in probably 46. About a year transpired,
Yeah.
We got up there in time to help Shorty do his harvest, wheat harvest. He had a section of land that he filed on way back when Daddy was just a kid. He was an orphan. Seth and his brother was orphans, and they were nephews of Daddy's and Grandpa Mills. And back in the early days, they load their wagons with food and horse feed and send them to Oklahoma Panhandle, and they filed on that land. And the old man never did marry, and Henri old devil. But anyway, we lived there for a year, and Daddy wanted to go back to Morton. So we moved back to Morton. And
How'd you just move like that? Did you buy land or?
no, just moved back, rented a house, moved in. And Mom went to work downtown
Where at?
in Morton.
What job?
St. Clair's department store.
Okay.
Old time, he'd been there forever. And I went to work for Snowball Willis at the grocery store. And we were doing fine, I was running cash register, I was running the meat market, I was telling Willem the other day about those Spanish people coming there to pull cotton, and on Saturday after they got paid, these little Mexican women would come in there and they'd take their buggy, and boy, they'd go down through there and they'd come in with the buggy plumb full of groceries. And I'd start checking them out. And then they didn't have enough money, so I'd have to start taking stuff out of it. They'd have to start taking stuff out to where they could pay for it. Or if they had money left when I got through, they'd go back and get some more stuff, spend every dime they had,
Yeah.
That was fun.
Did you sell like traditional Mexican foods like hog's heads? You sell the whole thing or not?
No, we had, Boyd Willis was Snowball's brother. He run the meat market, and he was also a rural carrier. When he left to go run his mail route, I had to run the meat market and everything. And he always cooked barbecue. One day, real exciting, Boyd was hanging a quarter of a beef up on them hooks. He stepped on the ice and slipped out from under him and hung it hooked right in his chin here.
Oh,
I had to lift him off the hook.
God.
That was exciting. He went ahead and carried the mail that day though.
Yeah.
But anyway, to make story short, this is getting too long.
No.
One day old Snowball called me back in the back and he said, "Boy, you're doing a good job, Mr. Mills." He was a cigar chewing big old boy, you know.
Fat or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm gonna give you a raise, but you gotta promise me you'll stay with me." So he gave me a pretty nice raise. And this walked back up front and the telephone rang. And it was Gordon in the Oklahoma Panhandle. He said, "I just got you a job up here at natural gas where I work." So I had to tell Snowball that I was quitting.
But now this is all before you enlisted.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Lord, yes.
Okay. So natural gas, that was a good solid job back then. That was.
Well, that natural gas job was the best job in the country.
Yeah.
You just didn't get jobs there too much. And so I had a little 37 Ford at the time, and went up in the wintertime. Went up there, and Gordon lived next to the booster station and had a garage. They put me a bed out in the garage, and Mom and Daddy took my car back to Morton, and I went to work. Went to work for $2.14 an hour, boy. That wasn't too bad.
I was only making $3 an hour in 1992 at Texas Tech.
Natural gas, that was the best job in the country.
Good Lord.
And worked there for 15 years outside of the time I was in service.
So you lived with Gordon, or did you have your own place? Or?
I lived with Gordon until I decided to move the folks up there, so I got Shorty's 37 Chevrolet truck and went to Morton and moved them up there on his farm. He had another farmhouse over there. Moved over there, and Charles went to school at Balco, a basketball star and all that, you know.
Was any of that close to Moreland's farm? Once he got his own farm, or is that a similar area? Or?
No, you remember where Gray, Oklahoma is?
Yeah.
On around the corner there, the booster station was just straight on down there west, 3 miles. And the shortest place was a half a mile up here in back. Oil wells all over it now. Ken folks.
So I don't want to skip a lot, but you went to work for natural gas for $2.14 an hour. What possessed you to join the military?
Because they were fixing to draft me.
Oh.
I didn't feel lucky. I didn't feel lucky about going to Korea as an infantryman. And,
no joke.
you know. And of course, back in them days, and maybe it's the same now, I don't know, but whatever job you've got, you know, you're a senior